Real justice would be for you to come with me for about 5 minutes. Burn in hell.
You are evil. God tells me to forgive you.
On a quiet morning in Ashland, Ohio, a 911 dispatcher picks up a call from a whispering woman claiming she's been kidnapped and tied up in an abandoned house. She's managed to free one hand just enough to dial from her captor's phone while he sleeps nearby.
911, what is the address to your emergency?
5 Street Laundromat.
What is it?
Leading to the arrest of a man responsible for multiple deaths. Shawn Grate grew up in a small Ohio town, born on August 8, 1976, as the youngest child of Teresa McFarland and Terry Grate. His parents divorced shortly before his 6th birthday, and he lived with his mother afterward. Court documents later revealed that Teresa had become a mother at 14, married young, and faced abuse in her first marriage. She remarried Terry soon after, but family members described her as emotionally distant, often leaving for weekends at a time. Shawn had learning disabilities and enjoyed baseball until age 14, when doctors found a tumor in his throwing arm. Surgery ended his playing days. A psychologist who examined him noted fantasies about harming his mother during childhood. As an adult, Grate developed a pattern of violence toward women. At 18, he was arrested for choking a girlfriend. By 23, he broke into another woman's home, choked her, and held her and her sister at knife point with a butcher knife. They escaped unharmed, but he had warned them no one would answer the door if anyone knocked. In 2003, he allegedly assaulted the mother of one of his 3 children. In 2010, he faced accusations of severely harming another partner. Despite these incidents, he received only 1 felony conviction for such acts, serving short jail terms. He had other felonies, including a 1996 burglary with a juvenile accomplice, leading to 7 months of a 4-year sentence. The 1999 knife incident revoked his parole, sending him back for the full term, his longest stint until 2016. Grate married Amber Bowman in 2011 after a short relationship, and they had a child together. She later described him as controlling and violent, filing for divorce in 2012 and obtaining a restraining order. He messaged her, "I am preparing for the grand final. If I can't see my daughter, then no one will." Former associates called him lazy and manipulative, often preying on kind people. A landlord recalled him trying to convince female tenants to let him move in. A friend from the 1990s said his behavior grew erratic in his 20s. His mother, in a 2016 interview, compared him to notorious killers like Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer, saying the devil reigns and it doesn't make sense, but it happens. By 2016, Grate was free and living unstably, squatting in vacant homes. He met women through casual encounters, like at community centers or gas stations. His actions escalated from past assaults to something far deadlier, starting with his first known victim in 2005. Dana Nicole Lowry, 23, sold magazine subscriptions door to door. Grate targeted her after she sold one to his mother that never arrived. He lured her into his car under the pretense of buying more, then killed her by choking and stabbing. Her body wasn't found until 2007, remaining unidentified for years. In 2016, Rebecca Lisi, 31, died in what was initially ruled an overdose. Grate later confessed he killed her after she allegedly robbed him, claiming self-defense. He choked her until she stopped breathing. That same year, Candace Cunningham, 29, lived with Grate briefly. He admitted to choking her when she passed out, then finishing the act after growing irritated. He discarded her body near a burned-down house. Elizabeth Griffith, 29, who had schizophrenia, disappeared in August 2016. Grate met her, played games like Yahtzee, and invited her over. He claimed she felt suicidal, and he strangled her during what he called a joke to scare her into wanting to live. Her bound, decomposed body ended up under clothes in a closet. Stacey Stanley, 43, a mother and grandmother also known as Stacy Hicks, vanished a week before Griffith's body was found. Grate helped her change a flat tire at a gas station, then lured her back to the house. He sexually assaulted and strangled her. Grate's letters to a reporter revealed his twisted reasoning. He targeted women on public assistance, believing it had destroyed their minds. He wrote, "They were already dead, just their bodies for flopping wherever it can flop, but their minds were already dead. The state took their minds once they started receiving their monthly checks." He admitted receiving aid himself but complained his amount was low compared to theirs. On September 11, 2016, Grate befriended another woman, referred to as Jane Doe, at a community center. They shared an interest in religion, reading Bible verses together. He convinced her to come to the abandoned house. Once inside, he grabbed the Bible from her hands and said, "You're not going anywhere." A struggle followed. She tried to fight back, but he overpowered her by choking. She stopped resisting, knowing she couldn't escape. Over the next days, he tied her to a bed with straps, assaulted her multiple times, and recorded some acts on his phone. He later told police he lost control because she wouldn't marry him. On September 13th, while Grate slept, Jane Doe freed herself enough to reach his phone. She dialed 911, whispering to the dispatcher. The call lasted nearly 20 minutes. She said, "He's got a taser." At one point, silence hit when she accidentally triggered the taser's crackle, waking him briefly. He sat up groggy, looked at the floor, then lay back down. She stayed on the line until police arrived. Officers entered the house, arrested the shirtless Grate, and rescued her. Searching the property, they found Griffith's body in the upstairs closet and Stanley's in the basement. The discoveries confirmed the extent of his crimes.
Sentenced to death.
The families of Shawn Grate's victims received some justice on May 7, 2018, when an Ohio jury found the killer guilty on 8 counts. 2 counts of aggravated murder and 1 count of the kidnapping of Elizabeth Griffith, 2 counts of aggravated murder and 2 counts of kidnapping of Stacey Stanley, and 1 count of aggravated robbery of Stacey Stanley. Law and Crime reports that there were an additional 15 charges levied against Grate, and that he pled guilty to all of them during the trial. These included various counts of rape, robbery, and burglary. Less than a month later, a judge handed down a sentence of death, but his days in court as a defendant were far from over. Prosecutors charged Grate for the additional 3 murders he admitted to, and NBC4 News reports that in March 2019, he pled guilty to the murders of Candace Cunningham and Rebecca Lacey. For those crimes, Grate was handed a life sentence without parole. In September 2019, Grate was in court again, this time facing multiple charges for the murder of Dana Nicole Lowry. He pled guilty to aggravated murder and earned himself another life sentence without parole, plus an additional 16 years. Grate has tried unsuccessfully to appeal his death sentence. He is currently awaiting execution.